Do you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells around your wife? Like you can't relax in your own home because you're always afraid of saying the wrong thing and setting her off, or just disappointing her? That becomes exhausting. And here's the kicker. The more you tiptoe around her, the less respect and connection she actually feels for you. It's not that she wants you to fight with her or be cruel. What she really wants is a man who stands firm in who he is. In this video, I'm going to give you the respect formula. You'll see why walking on eggshells slowly kills attraction, and I will give you the 3 elements that you can start implementing today that actually build her respect up for you. Before I give those, if you are watching this and your marriage or relationship is sinking fast, go watch my free masterclass that will give you the path to making your marriage or relationship thrive again by becoming the leader it's missing. Click the link in the description below to register and watch that masterclass for free. So the truth is, when you walk on eggshells, it feels like you're protecting the relationship or even your own sanity. You tell yourself that you're just trying to keep the peace and you don't want to upset her. So it's easy. If you can just avoid any conflict, maybe things will start to get better in your marriage. It's the whole go along to get along, or happy wife, happy life marriage killers that are so widely believed by the population. But here's how tiptoeing around her lands for your wife emotionally. She feels your tension, and whether you think it or not, she knows you're not fully being honest. She feels like she has to carry the emotional leadership role because you are simply not doing it. This behavior causes her to lose trust in you because deep down, she knows you're not showing up as your full self. You're in your own protective shell, walking on eggshells, and you're trying not to break either. It's like living in a house where the walls look super solid, but the foundation is getting increasingly cracked below. So she cannot relax into you because she doesn't know if you're going to collapse under pressure. Every time that you silence yourself, hold back your truth, or just default to whatever mood she is in, and you allow her to treat you in a way that's against your values just because you don't want to rock the boat, you're unknowingly causing her respect for you to slowly die inside of her. So how do you break out of that eggshell pattern without swaying to the extreme of being cold, angry, or controlling of her? This is where the respect formula comes in, and these are the 3 core parts. The first part is clarity. You need to know what you stand for. If you don't even know your own truth, you're just going to go to defaulting or hiding or people-pleasing, so you can just go along with whatever your wife's truth is. Clarity means, here's who I am, here's what I believe, and here's how I expect to be treated. The second part of the respect formula is calm. This is about your delivery. You can speak your truth, but if you deliver that truth with some blame or panic or a whole bunch of defensiveness, it severely undercuts your entire message. Being calm doesn't mean you have to be emotionless. I'm not trying to mold you into a robot, but it does mean being grounded. It communicates that you are solid when things get tense. And the third piece of the respect formula is consistency. One good moment on your end is not going to rebuild her respect for you. She's watching to see if you actually align your words with your actions over time. If you say you're going to handle something, handle it. If you say you're going to stop over-apologizing and apologizing for everything, stop apologizing. Clarity, calm, and consistency equals respect. When you hold these 3 in the equation, you don't need to demand any respect or hope that she respects you again. She will naturally feel it for you because of the way you show up. Let's make this a little more practical and relatable for you. You have to get to a place of fear of upsetting your woman to a place of leading your woman. Think about the last time you stayed silent to avoid a conflict in your relationship. You swallowed your own truth just to keep the peace because you're exhausted with always saying something to counter her mood and things always escalate into a garbage fight. How do you feel afterward? Probably small, maybe even a bit resentful. I can relate to this feeling because I would constantly put myself into situations where it felt like a merry-go-round, just circles of the same behavior over and over, and I would keep getting the same result over and over. I would present myself like one of those choose-your-own-adventure books, like Goosebumps. I used to read a lot when I was a kid, so I'm not sure if I'm dating myself there, but I would basically present myself with 2 options to choose over and over. Either I argue against emotions with my logic and I get defensive if she would say something rude or disrespectful, which would obviously escalate to pointless fights, or I would just swallow my truth to not upset my significant other, and I go on a walk to let off some steam. But on that walk, I would just feel very bitter and you feel that resentment building up inside. What I had to learn is that you can be in those moments and still be able to calmly speak your truth. There is a way to properly lead the relationship where you're not just going along to get along. In fact, you're able to communicate your truth, not in a way that attacks her, not in a way that collapses into her emotions, but in a way that sets a clear, healthy boundary based on your values. This leadership may sound like this. Listen, I get that you're upset. I'm here, but I'm not okay with being spoken to disrespectfully. So let's talk when things are calmer. Do you notice there is no panic in there? There's no anger. There's no fighting her points or emotions with your own logic or trying to solve a problem. There's no walking away, just boiling inside and feeling that resentment building and building. It's just the 3 C's: clarity, calm, and consistency. These 3 C's in the respect formula are there at work. And if you follow this formula, what usually happens over time, instead of losing your respect, she starts leaning back in again because you are communicating a strength that she can feel and rely on. She starts to feel like she can relax into your leadership instead of having to carry all that weight on her shoulders. Walking on eggshells is, simply put, fear-based living. And fear can be very, very contagious. If you're afraid to speak up, she's gonna start feeling afraid too, and essentially bow out of the relationship and lose a lot of respect and attraction for you. She's gonna be afraid that you are not strong enough to handle her and afraid of the foundation of the entire marriage or relationship being completely weak. On the other hand, strength is also contagious neurologically. When you show up with this respect formula, it's very simple: calm, clear, and consistent, even when she's upset, because again, anybody can show up and when everything's going well, just be very calm and very clear and consistent. But when trouble starts, that is when you really have to show up. So when you start showing up with the 3 C's, when she gets upset and you stay the course, she's gonna start to trust you again. And trust is the soil that respect grows in. This doesn't mean she's gonna instantly melt into your arms the first time you try it, but it does mean that over time, the energy starts to shift. She stops seeing you as the man she has to tiptoe around. She stops seeing you as somebody who's just tiptoeing or bowing out of the relationship. And she starts seeing you as the man that she can lean on again and feels your masculine presence. You may be watching this and thinking, I've been walking on eggshells for years, maybe even a decade in my marriage, and I have no idea how to break that habit without completely blowing everything up in my relationship. I'm here to tell you, you don't need to overhaul everything overnight. You need to start small, but the key is you need to start, because the longer you wait, things are just gonna get worse and worse. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. It's a very poignant quote from Dale Carnegie. So pick one place this week where you've been hiding your truth. Maybe it's a small decision. Maybe it's how you handle her moods when she gets upset. You have to go ahead and practice the respect formula. So practice clarity. Speak what you really feel or what you really want. Practice calm. Deliver those thoughts without overreacting, and repeat this for consistency. Over time, those small shifts will rebuild the foundation. And when the foundation is strong, attraction and connection have the room to grow again. If you are tired of tiptoeing through your own marriage and it feels like it's on the brink of collapse, and you're ready, because this is very important, to stop living in fear and start leading it to a thriving state, click the link below in the description for my free masterclass. I will walk you through the exact steps that men on the brink of divorce use to save their marriage through proper leadership. Click the link in the description to watch it now for free. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.